Good morning. Hello, everybody. Wow. So, welcome to the 25th gathering at MKA. It is great to see everybody this morning. We have a wonderful program ahead of us, all kinds of performances and celebrations, but we're going to begin with our 8th grade class president, Morgan Riley, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Morgan.
Please stand and stay standing for the first verse of America the Beautiful. I pledge allegiance
Thank you, Mrs. Smith. Thank you, Brookside bell ringers. Always a lovely way to begin the gathering. So, seated at the front with me are a number of special guests, some of whom I'd like to introduce now and others whom I will introduce later on in the program. But before we get to those introductions, we have some morning greetings to exchange. So Brookside, we begin with you. Good morning, Brookside. So we have one more greeting that I think we're going to try to do together, all 1,042 of you, not to mention all our faculty and colleagues. Mr. Rob, would you stand up for a moment? So on my cue, 1, 2, 3. Good morning, Mr. Rob. Thank you. Well done. So I mentioned some introductions, and I want to begin with our heads of campus, and I encourage you, when you hear the name of the head of your campus, you may yell and clap as loud as you want. But I want to begin by introducing the head of upper school and assistant headmaster for strategic initiatives, Dr. David Flacco. much beloved head of middle school, Dr. Randy Kleinman. And we owe a special welcome to the newest campus head at MKA, head of our primary school, Brookside, Ms. Rachel Geringer-Dunn. So this is the first gathering for the class of 2031, otherwise known as the kindergarten. So let's welcome the kindergarten to Cougarville. In the room, across all three divisions, we have approximately 173 new students and 18 new members of the faculty and staff. I would like all of our new friends to please stand so that we can welcome them. Also with us this morning are members of two very important volunteer groups, people who are responsible for many of the real grace notes of life at MKA and the things that make this school such a remarkable place to teach and to learn. So I would like all trustees and all members of the PAMCA board to please stand and be welcome. So a little bit of history. You may notice that Mr. Rob is holding a cane. That cane we call it the McVicker cane. It belonged to a man named John McVicker, whose portrait is on my immediate left, your right. He founded Montclair Academy in 1887, and the alumni of Montclair Academy presented him with that cane in 1936. Also, facing you is a portrait of Ms. Waring, who founded the Kimberly School in 1906. These are our ancestor schools. Montclair Academy was founded on this very site. Kimberly School was actually down on Plymouth Street in Montclair, and then later moved to Valley Road, where we now have our middle school. But there's a lot of history, not only here, but in the room, some of it represented by our friend, Mr. Rob, who is beginning his 50th year of teaching at MKA. Congratulations, Mr. Rob. So I have just a few comments to make before we get on to the interesting part of the gathering. Our school has flourished for such a long time because it has the courage to change and to evolve, and from time to time to reinvent itself and refresh our ideas about what it takes to be a positive, nurturing, and inclusive school community. We have to continually ask ourselves, what's best for all of you? What is best for our students? And be open to the possibility of change. At the same time, there are certain MKA events and ways of being that I hope will never change. And this gathering is one of them. We are one school when it comes to our mission and to our values. And today is that special opportunity to be under one roof, to make some noise, to be inspired by student performances, and to treasure the bonds that connect us. Students in grades kindergarten through 12th grade, teachers and staff, trustees, alumni, and parents. Today is also a day of anniversaries that we will take some time to celebrate, and it is a day to show our gratitude for all that we have and all that we share. I have a couple other special guests I want to introduce. First, I want you to welcome the president of our Board of Trustees, Kate Logan. She is in her 11th year as a trustee, her 3rd year as president. She and her husband, Edmund Rung, are the proud parents of 2 graduates, Josh, class of 13, and John, class of 14. Welcome, Ms. Logan. And I have another introduction, and I also have a present for somebody. Presents are good. I want you to join me in welcoming our new PAMCA president, Ms. Tina Jordan. So, Ms. Jordan is probably well known to many of you because she and her husband, Kevin Rendino, have 3 children in the school. Is it okay if I mention their names? Sure. Thank you. Jake, Grace, and Riley. And she's going to be, in the coming year, MKA's top volunteer. So for all of the good work that you've already done for MKA and what you're going to undertake in the year ahead, I want to thank you, and I want to present you with an MKA sweater. All right, now it's time for a little music. I believe the middle school chamber singers are our first act. Come on up. Thank you. What a great beginning. That was fabulous, and that group was directed by middle school choral music director, Mr. Anderson. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. So I'd like to ask Mrs. Patty Forbes, upper school English teacher, if she would come to the front of the room, stand here for a moment with me and Dr. Flacco. Come on up, Ms. Forbes. So I mentioned that this is a morning of many anniversaries, and it is the beginning of Ms. Forbes' 30th year as a teacher at MKA. So we're delighted to celebrate that. And it is fair and accurate to say that your students, over the entirety of your 30 years at MKA, are in grateful awe of your gifts as a teacher. They experience a transformation as writers and thinkers that is about both preparation for whatever may come their way in understanding others and expressing themselves, and is also about the intellectual experience of excellence in the here and now, not just preparation. Excellence every day in your classroom. Alumni, parents, students, and colleagues recognized you with for your excellence in teaching with the Founders Cup Award in 2008. And I'm delighted to publicly thank you on the occasion of the beginning of your 30th year at MKA for your commitment to our students. Thank you very much. Okay, I think the middle and upper school jazz band are ready for us now. Ms. Larkin. Thank you, Jazz Band. Thank you, Ms. Larkin. Puts a little energy back in the room. So we're moving on to an annual tradition at the gathering, and that is, in front of the entire school, the presentation of the Founders Cup for Teaching Excellence. And here today to present that is the president of our Alumni Council, Amanda Englander, class of 2004. Our school has, I think, over 6,000 alumni, some of whom will be back on campus for homecoming in a couple of weeks. Fortunately, not all 6,000 will be back. We have a number of alumni who are parents in the school and others who teach and work at MKA. But all alumni are represented today by the new president of the Alumni Council. She's a graduate of Emory University and has spent her career as an editor for some of the great publishing companies in New York. I would like to present Ms. Englander with an MKA sweater, as she is here on behalf of the Council to present the Founders Cup for Teaching Excellence. Please welcome Amanda Englander. So I'll come back. This is you. Let me get mine out of the way.
Yes. Thank you.
I lost a speech that way.
It's dangerous. Okay. Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Namick, for that lovely introduction. I have been wondering my whole life what I had to do to get an MKA sweater, so I'm thrilled. But I'm really excited to be back here at MKA today. It's been a very long time since I've been to the gathering, so it's great to know this is still just as I remember. As a graduate, I know how big a deal the Founders Cup is, and I'm honored to be here today to present the award on behalf of the Alumni Council. Every spring, the Alumni Council invites the entire MKA community to submit nominations, whether they're administrators, teachers, alumni, parents, 12th graders, 3rd graders, anybody in between. The Founders Cup is meant to recognize and honor MKA's strong tradition of teaching, both inside and outside the classroom, and is awarded to an outstanding faculty member whose contributions to our community exceed expectation. This person should be someone who fosters excellence, cooperation, mentoring, innovation, and communication. So many of our teachers do. But this year's Founders Cup recipient has translated her strength in these qualities into meaningful relationships with everyone who surrounds her. She wears many hats: producer, director, choreographer, performer, creator, department chair, and teacher. But no matter who you ask, it's clear that an interaction with our recipient is sure to be a bright spot in your day. She has created a truly safe space that is inclusive of every student. She will bring out the best in you and motivate you to strive to be even better, and you'll have fun while you're doing it too. She is at once a selfless mentor, leader, and a rock. One student wrote in, "Through her guidance, support, and love, I was able to grow tremendously as a person and become much more confident in myself and my abilities." Another said, "She's always there for anyone who needs it, and she legitimately cares about each and every person who works with her." This recipient not only teaches at a masterful level, but also further exemplifies a passion for her craft by continuing to develop her own artistry in parallel. On top of her own personal successes in her industry, MKA programs have also seen dramatic growth and expansion as a result of her work here, and have even received several prestigious nominations and awards. The level of experience she has brought to our school is invaluable, and it has enabled her to create a curriculum that is both unique and relevant. In her time at MKA, this teacher has proven herself a positive and inspiring force, enriching the life of anyone who has the privilege of crossing her path. I will leave you with one more quote from our nominations because this one says it all. "She is exactly what a teacher should be. She makes her students feel like it's okay to make mistakes, and she encourages us to grow through them. For all these reasons and more, please join me in congratulating our 2018 Founders Cup recipient, Ms. Nicole Hoppy.
So she really wanted that silver cup, but we gave her a sweater instead. Congratulations again, Ms. Hoppy. We've got a wonderful performance ahead of us. We're very lucky. Ronnie Bhatia, class of 2019, is going to dance for us this morning. Come on up, Ronnie.
चली तेरी सवारी जहाँ संग चला मैं तेरे वहाँ फैन हूँ बेबी तेरा लगा हूँ पीछे तुम चलने की तरह चाहे कितना भी डांट छोड़े ना साथ बलमा ये तेरा नाचे जिंग 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 नाचे जिंग 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 नाचे जिंग 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 नाचे जिंग 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 जिंग
Thank you. Ronnie, I think they liked it. You want to do it again? Yeah, I know, yes. All right. I have something I want to talk to you about for just a minute or two, and then I want to introduce one of our other guests and friends who's here today. This year also happens to be the anniversary of one of MKA's most important and meaningful programs. It's called the Community Scholars Program, and this is its 50th anniversary. So it's the half-century mark. It is a prestigious honor to be chosen as a student to be a community scholar and to receive as a community scholar the most comprehensive financial assistance that the school can offer to any student. It is, in effect, one of MKA's most powerful ways of telling a student and his family or her family, we want you. We want you to be a part of MKA, and we know that we will be a better school community for your presence here. At any one time, there are 7 such community scholars in our school. So on this 50th anniversary of this Community Scholars Program, I am delighted to introduce you to a graduate of our school who was named the very first community scholar in 1969. He also happens to be the mayor of Montclair, Mr. Robert Jackson. He's seated behind me. When Mr. Jackson finished his work here, which included being coached by Coach Rob, he went on to complete his formal education at Princeton University and the business school at Harvard University. He has been the mayor of Montclair since 2012, and when he ran unopposed in 2016, Mr. Jackson became the first mayor in township history to be reelected. Montclair is sometimes described as a town in which everyone has an opinion and no one hesitates to express it. So it takes a resourceful diplomat with a strong sense of purpose to lead and to get things done. I think that Montclair might just be the best small city in our state, and Mr. Jackson's leadership is a very significant part of that story. Please welcome Mayor Robert Jackson, class of 1973.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to be back. I felt compelled to wear a tie today. Coming back to school, I've ever come up here, I have to wear a shirt and tie as a memory. Another thought I had: do they still make you sit in the balcony if you're late for school in the upper school? Do they still make you do that? No more. I have an endowed chair up there, by the way, for the number of times that I was late. This is a great school, and I reflect often on how I got here. I was born, Montclair born and bred. I went to the public schools through the 8th grade and came here in the 9th grade. And at the time, and a little bit too, I was raised in this town by my mom, a single parent. My mother had an 8th grade education and felt that, that I still needed for her son, that he needed to do better. And she saw this, when this opportunity presented itself, she felt that this was the place for me to go and to broaden my horizons. So I arrived here in 1969. We were income challenged. I'll try to be politically correct to say the least. And I remember we got a copy of the bill and it said paid. And I think the tuition at the time was like $2,000 or $3,000. we'd all volunteer for that today, right, to go back? But it was probably, I think it was probably maybe 2/3 of what our family income was. So it was just a devastating number, an impossible number to conceive of paying that much money for an education. And I was, thank God, fortunate enough to have it paid for me. And it's been a life changer for me. I think that as I look on it, and I remember the last time I came here for one of the gatherings, no, the time before, sitting in the front row was faculty members that I had when I was here. Mr. Stackpole, Mr. Gibson, Mr. Hemmeter, Mr. Robb, who probably used a cane on us in other ways in the coaching, but I don't think that's legal anymore, Mr. Robb. But great faculty members, and I see it continuing on today with this great program, and I've heard so much great things and see so many things. I know parents who have kids here and talk to kids who go here. This is a wonderful place. Some things changed. When I was here, we had a graduating class of 42, all boys, and certainly that's changed for the better. And I think that, but when I look at it though, this remains a place where one can find out how one can change the world and change the world for better. And it might be through riches of someone like Bill Gates, or from a massive personality of Mother Teresa, or musician. There's so many ways that one can change the world for the better. And I think this school is really a master at doing that, and inspiring kids to be learners and to find their niche so they can make this town and this world a better place. So I'm honored to be a graduate, and I hope that something I do along the way makes people want to come here and be proud to be alumni as well. Thank you.
Probably too warm to put this on now, but I actually found an MKA sweater in your size.
Oh, God.
So there you go.
Thank you.
And now I think we're due a performance by the upper school advanced dance class. Please come forward. Thank you very much. That dance class is directed by Ms. Nicole Hoppy, and that was not just from their desire to perform this morning, but also as a tribute to the great Aretha Franklin. Thank you very much, Advanced Dance Class. So, it's also our tradition each year that we hear a few words of wisdom from the president of the 8th grade. And I'm very pleased to welcome Morgan Riley, class of 23. Come on up, Morgan.
Hello. Welcome to the 2018-19 school year gathering. My name is Morgan Riley, and I'm your middle school student body president. I hope that everyone has had a great start to their school year, and welcome kindergartners, the class of 2031, to your first gathering. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the friends, teachers, faculty, and staff here at MKA who have helped me become the person I am today. I also want to thank my mom, dad, and sister Alexis for all the constant love and support you have all given me. Today I want to talk about new beginnings. I believe that each year is a new beginning. Each year you have the opportunity to restart and be your authentic self. This year is different for everyone because new beginnings means something different to every single person here. But we aren't always ready for change. Sometimes we are afraid of not knowing exactly what is coming next. We have to learn to let go of the need to control the future and move out of our comfort zones. The thing with new beginnings is that they start and end all the time. There might be noticeable new beginnings in your life, however, there are so many small beginnings that affect your life tremendously. This year might be your first year at the upper school, or this year might be your first year attending the gathering. This year might just be another school year for you, or maybe this year you are new to MKA. I remember being new to MKA. I was new in 6th grade, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember walking into orientation and meeting my homeroom teachers, Mr. Coronis and Ms. John Greco. I also remember meeting amazing people my age who were soon my friends. At first, I was scared and nervous that I wasn't gonna make any friends. But the second I stepped into the middle school, every doubt in my head went away. They vanished. I can remember Mr. Coronis immediately talking about what the year had in store and asking me questions about myself. Fast forward to today, and I'm extremely excited to be standing here in front of you all. Being the middle school president is something that I never thought would happen, but here I am ready to make a difference. I am also here to make a commitment to every person I meet. I want to make sure that everyone's voice is heard. That's why I ran for student government. I believe that every voice in our community matters and that it should be heard. So speak up, express yourself, be authentic, and let us know who you truly are. All in all, I am very excited to be your middle school student body president. I will proudly represent the middle school, and I'm excited to make MKA better than it already is. Here's to us, to a new beginning of the 2018-19 school year. I hope everyone has a great rest of the school year. Thank you.
Thanks again, Morgan. Now, directed by Ms. Deborah Allen, we have the MKA STEP team. Come on up.
Trap money, got me in my feelings. Gotta be real with it. Yeah. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. 'Cause I want you.
because I suspect it may be a challenge to get your attention once again, but I just saw the primary school Brookside take a 7th inning stretch. So why don't the rest of you stand up and take a 7th inning stretch for a minute? Mr. Todd Smith, would you come up, please? Just had to clarify something with Mr. Smith, who is our Director of Athletics. He's a very young-looking person, but he is in his 17th year as our Director of Athletics, and certainly in that regard, one of the most experienced athletic directors in this state. And he has done a number of really creative and innovative things for MKA Athletics, everything from how we look on the field to the leagues and the conferences in which we participate. He's been a force for many positives for our school, and one of the reasons why in all of our teams, middle and upper, you represent us, and we are proud of you, and we're proud of the standards that Mr. Smith sets for athletics at MKA. Please welcome Mr. Todd Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Namek. To begin, I would like to thank Mr. Namek, Ms. Logan, MK Board of Trustees, MK Administration, and PAMCA for your unwavering support in providing our students with a healthy and vibrant life outside the classroom and understanding how important a role the fine and performing arts and athletics play in our students' lives. To Ms. Patty Sullivan, Ms. Inju Han, Mr. Kenny Smith, our athletic trainers Steve Brown and Beth Cooney, our Master of Transportation guru, Ms. Rosemary Reyes, and especially to Mr. Jimmy Castelli and the most amazing maintenance crew this side of the Mississippi. Thank you for all that you do. Each year we have over 1,000 varsity, JV, and middle school games and contests, and it takes a tremendous amount of effort and behind-the-scenes work to pull off everything we do here in Cougarville. You are all part of an amazing team and are integral in creating a first-rate environment for our athletes, coaches, and teams. To the primary, middle, and upper school teachers who coach and work on the front lines with our student athletes in the classroom and courts and fields every day, thank you. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and love of your sport with our past, current, and next generation of MK student athletes. The time and energy you spend in the classroom, in your respective academic discipline, and with our student athletes in the afternoon and on weekends is truly remarkable and is greatly appreciated. It takes a tremendous amount of time, dedication, and love to do what you do for our students. So to the Coach Pikes, Coach Sheerans, and Coach Janellis of Cougarville, thank you for all that you do. At this time, I would like to congratulate the following MK teams who captured team championships in 2007-2018. The team championship board circling this gym represent your team's hard work, dedication, and accomplishments. I would ask the following athletes from last year's championship teams please stand and be recognized. Varsity Boys Cross Country Team. Congratulations on winning the 2017 New Jersey Prep B State Championship. The Varsity Field Hockey Team. Congratulations on winning the 2017 New Jersey Prep B State Championship. the varsity boys soccer team. Congratulations on winning the 2017 New Jersey Prep B State Championship, the varsity girls soccer team. Congratulations on winning the 2017 New Jersey Non-Public B State Championship, where they were co-champions. The 2017 New Jersey Non-Public B North Sectional Championship. The 2017 Essex County State co-champions with Livingston High School. The 2017 New Jersey Prep B State co-champions with Princeton Day. In addition, head coach Christy Welsh was selected as the Essex County Girls Soccer Coach of the Year. Congratulations. The varsity boys lacrosse team. Congratulations on winning the 2018 New Jersey Prep B State Championship. And finally, the varsity girls lacrosse team. Congratulations on being co-champions of the 2018 SEC Liberty Division. I would now like to ask that any and all MK athletes who received all state, all prep, all Essex County, all SEC, and all league honors in the 2017-2018 year to please stand and be recognized. Congratulations on your achievements on the fields, courts. Congratulations on your achievements on the fields, courts, track, and the pool, and for being recognized as being some of the top and best athletes throughout the county and the state. And finally, to the entire MK community, and especially the class of 2019. For over 125 years, students have represented MK on stage, on the fields and courts, and in the greater Montclair community with pride, dignity, and class, and have brought out the very best of each other and what the Kimberly School, Montclair Academy, and Montclair Kimberly Academy represents. I encourage each of you to continue supporting your friends and colleagues on stage, on the fields and courts, at recitals, at art openings, and in whatever respective endeavors your friends, peers, and fellow faculty members are passionate about. And whether you're a parent, faculty member, or student, be there for your friends, students, and children. Support them, encourage them, cheer for them. Let them know that you are there and that you believe in them. Come to this very gym and watch the excitement and high energy of a varsity volleyball game this fall, or go watch Nicole Hoppy's upper school musical, Annie, this winter. Go see Coach Chicarico's middle school soccer team play, or come to Weiss Auditorium to watch Miss Gil Martin's incredibly talented chorale or a cappella group perform. Come out to watch Coach Interbatola's varsity girls lacrosse team, or to Mr. Ely's 7th grade Shakespeare performance this spring. And finally, it's important on this day of celebration that we remember our beloved teacher, coach, colleague, and friend, Mr. Tom Fleming. Coach Fleming was and always will represent the very best of what MK and Cougar Nation is all about. Let us always remember, as Coach Fleming said, somewhere in the world, someone is training when you are not. When you race them, they will win. I encourage all of you to follow Coach Fleming's words of wisdom in all that you do. Work hard, study hard, train hard, play hard, and whether it's on the fields, courts, in Brookdale Park, or on stage, take a chance outside of your comfort zone. Create your own opportunities. Dare yourself to be great. Be your very best self in everything and anything you do. I want to wish all of our middle school, JV, and varsity teams throughout Cougar Nation the very best during the 2018-2019 school year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. For over 25 years, certain accomplishments of upper school students have been celebrated with the gift of an MKA sweater. Accomplishments in the fine and performing arts, athletics, competitive activities such as mock trial, debate, and for high academic achievement. So I'm very pleased this morning to announce the names of the following students who will receive MKA sweaters for accomplishments in the 2017-18 year. I will do this by category, and I ask the students who are named to stand and remain standing. And all of you may receive your sweaters from Ms. Califano in the Upper School Administrative Office later today. So the following students have been recommended to receive MKA sweaters by the Fine and Performing Arts faculty. Please hold your applause until you hear me say congratulations. Myra Castro-Conte, Jenna Donaldson, Harrison Johnson, stand please, Lene Martinez, Jennifer Sean, Sophia Zeifer, Chelsea Guzman, Indira Douglas, Arinelle LaRose, Taylor Lefevre, and Kendall Larry. Congratulations. In athletics, for first team Super Essex Conference honors, from the 2018 girls varsity softball team, Gina Pacifico, Emily Talco, and Ann Turvey. From the 2018 girls varsity lacrosse team, Claire Lineau, congratulations. And then finally this morning, for high academic honors. These are students who, for the first time in their academic career at upper school, have achieved 4 semesters of grades of A in all major courses. This is an extraordinary accomplishment. We have other students who have done this and moved past it, but for these 2 students, this, at the end of the spring term last year, was when they had achieved a 4th semester of grades all in the A range in their major courses, and there are 2 of them, Natalia Eichmann and Bayer White. Congratulations. And now I'd like to ask the middle school dance ensemble if they'll come forward for their performance.
We do it all
Thank you. That group is directed by Ms. Monica Elmore. Thank you, Ms. Elmore. So today, we have a truly wonderful anniversary to celebrate as Mr. Robb begins that 50th year of teaching at our school. Just to dispel any rumors, we're calling it George Robb the first 50 years. He's not going anywhere. But a happy coincidence of the day is that Mayor Jackson's first year as a student was Mr. Robb's first year as a faculty member, and they're here together on the dais. Teacher, coach, athletic director, advisor, musician, athlete, actor, downhill skier. There is a great deal to Mr. Robb. He is the 1996 winner of the Founders Cup Award for Teaching Excellence, and he is known to be among the most effective and respected teachers in our school. He and his spouse, Mrs. Myra Robb, who taught at MKA from 1982 to 2007, are the parents of 2 MKA graduates, Alexandra, class of 86, and George, class of 89. So, Ms. Logan, would you come here, stand with me? So, Mr. Robb, would you just come forward so we can give you a gift from the school? Come on down. And don't go anywhere. So, we know that Mr. Robb loves music, and with some guidance from Mrs. Robb, a special selection was chosen for today. So upper school students, Rob D'Alessandro, Brennan Columbia Walsh, Connor Lefevre, Seth Kaplan, and Emily Sasfai will perform It's Now or Never. Arranged and directed by upper school choral music director Maria Gilmartin. Would our performers please come forward?
teddy bear. Yeah.
Quiet, please. Good morning. Good morning, kindergarten. I'm very glad to see you. Yeah, looks like you're okay. So, I know that Casey Barella, who is the senior class president, is going to read the names of our kindergartners as they cross the bridge and receive a present from members of the senior class. This is the hardest part of the gathering because I have to ask that you do your very best as an audience of students and friends and colleagues to be as quiet as you can be so we can hear each student's name. And then when all of them have crossed the bridge and entered into Cougarville officially, we'll give them a big, big round of applause. All right? Well, Casey, we're in your hands.
Shlok Bansal. Emily Babe. Malcolm Copeland. Jack Crossan. Amelia Cuellar. Daniela Edwards. Juliana Andelaze. Skylar Foss. Max Gardner.
Sienna Gruba.
Isla Gore. Emma Heel. John Hoppy. Coco Kleist. Nora Magera. Emily Marr. Manit Mehta. Miles Russell. Brody Shinman. Antonio Ciabra. Jonah Skolnick. Luca Vespucci. Arav Agarwal. Noah Baker. Madison Kalani. Riley Copeland. Julian Fletcher. Manat Guankar. Aviva Gardner. Hannah Helmick Fox.
Jake.
Mason Janis.
Can you ask them if they're going on right now?
Liam Geramio. Lena Kymack. Sophia Laird. Libby Marr. Kyle Malazan. Gavin Owens. Zoe Court. Shoria Ramesh. Gabriel Rodriguez. Maggie Rooney. Please hold your applause until the end. Jack Sowers. Zachary Tang. Emma Watkins. Let's have a big round of applause for all of our kindergartners.
All right. We're in the last lap here, so just bring it back for a minute, please. Great to see the class of 2031 mixing it up with the class of 2019. Casey Barella, thank you very much for doing a great job with an assist from Harrison on that. Now, just a few more items, but I'm delighted that at this point we can enjoy a performance from our a cappella group, Remix. Come on up.
Colors in you, I see him too, and boy, I like him, I like him, I like him. We way too fly to partake in all this, say we out here vibing, we vibing, we vibing. Your mind is raining now, can't stop, so
dream to be the one who takes you home.
Introduction I'd like to make. First, I want to make sure you know that group is directed by our upper school choral director, Ms. Maria Gilmartin. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Remix. Our school is deeply fortunate in a number of ways in terms of the people who are here and the work that they do. Students, faculty, parents. And there's a very high bar for leadership at our school when it comes to student government and also when it comes to those moments when students step up to be leaders who don't necessarily hold an elected office. In the current year, our student body president in the upper school is Julia Thompson. She has a few remarks for you this morning. She is an exceptional athlete and student and community person. Please welcome Julia Thompson.
Hi everyone, I'm Julia Thompson, student body president of the upper school. I first came to MKA in 7th grade, and I remember my first gathering very clearly. The gym was hot and crowded, and I couldn't see. I remember thinking how I couldn't wait to be an 8th grader so I could sit closer to the front. Then the next year, I finally got there. At my second gathering, I remember that even though parts were similar, much of it was new and different too. Every year, the blending of old and new is what makes the gathering so special. I look forward to the traditional moments that are familiar and comfortable, like the playing of the handbells and the performance by the step team, but I also love to see new faces and experience the amazing new talents from all of you. Today, I want to talk about the past, present, and future. Let's start with the future. Throughout my experience at MKA and my life in general, I've tended to focus too much on what's next and what it takes to get there. As MKA students and as people, our instinct is to look forward and ahead to that next achievement, and I'm no exception. First, I couldn't wait to be an 8th grader and be the oldest kid in the middle school. Then, I looked forward to being a high schooler and getting sorted into a house. Last year, I dreamed of what being a senior would be like, and now I can't help but anticipate college and living on my own. Perhaps some of you right now are looking forward to winning house lip sync, or you're excited about getting your new little cougars. But about what is happening right now, or the many big and small moments between now and then. When you're always looking forward, it's hard to appreciate the moments in the present. I also want to talk about my unique perspective on the past. Standing before you at my final gathering, I can't help but feel a bit nostalgic. As I reflect on my past 4 years, I find myself reminiscing about all the, quote, good times. Even the most challenging moments, like bombing my 7th grade math exam or pulling an all-nighter before my thesis was due, now seem kind of thrilling in retrospect. Seeing the past through rose-colored glasses has happened enough times for me to realize that no matter how hard life can be, these experiences can and will be relived in a more positive way when they're long over. So, my advice to not only my fellow students, but also the teachers, administrators, and parents today is to live in the moment. Rather than think nostalgically of past events or anticipate nervously the next outcome or achievement, treasure each moment of this journey right here and right now. While living in the moment might seem like a cliche and difficult to remember to do, keep this in mind. You can only control the present. The past has already happened and the future will come no matter what. So get the most out of now and enjoy the moment you are in while you still possess it. And appreciate the smaller moments that happen between the monumental or dramatic events. The moments that together have contributed to building and strengthening my dearest friendships. The moments of practice with my teachers that helped me gain the courage to speak in front of large groups of people. The moments of discussion over dinner that make me appreciate my family as much as I do. Even the moments of bonding in between fencing bouts that draw us together closer as teammates. Although it's these small, seemingly insignificant moments that have made us into the people we are today. Most of these moments can be as small as playing a game of kickball or studying for a test together or having a conversation with a new student who becomes a friend. Not necessarily fit to be in the news, barely even fit for retelling. But these may not be the moments that stick out in our memories, but their impact on each of us as individuals and who we are because of them makes them significant. So I stand before you at my 6th and final gathering. I'm relishing what I see and hear right now. The view is wonderful and I don't want to miss a single moment. Thank you.
Cheerleaders, we are ready for you. Come on up. Barber. That was brilliant, and it's always the most terrifying 3.5 minutes of the gathering for me. But you were fabulous. Thank you. A couple of other thank yous as well. I'd like you to join me in thanking the person who has choreographed and scheduled and arranged and rehearsed all of this in preparation for this morning, Mr. Christian Ely. Thank you very much. This part of the program on the script says closing remarks, and I really don't have too much else to say. But I do want to say something to the kindergarten, to the class of 2031. I hope that you can see from the performances and the speeches, everything that happened here this morning, how very much we need you. We need you as the people who will dance and sing and play instruments and jump and step and be in our teams and be in our classrooms. And it won't be long before you are handing a baby cougar to another kindergarten student, and I don't even want to hazard what year those children will be graduating. But I'd ask all of you to give one big collective round of applause to all our performers and speakers. So, Mrs. Smith, would you all please stand for the singing of the school song led by the Brookside Bell Ringers. You sang that so well, and I know having the bell ringers accompany us really helps, but you sang it so loudly, I think people in West Orange may have heard, and you know, West Orange, that's where a number of people had to park their cars this morning, they may well have heard the school song. We are at the end of our all-school gathering. We have one last tradition to honor, And then when that is complete, I need to give you some direction about how we're going to leave this room. Maybe I'll do that now. We're going to let the primary school go out this door by themselves. No one else is going to rush that door. Over on the middle school side, I believe we will follow the lead of Mr. Gaynor and Ms. Arellano in leaving the gymnasium through the door at the back on the right. Upper school, you'll go out through the doors by the athletic office. I believe we want to let primary school go first. And then middle and upper, I think, can get out at the same time. We'll find out. So I need your help in this one final moment of the gathering. I need you to be really quiet so that you can hear something that you might not otherwise be able to hear. So when you're ready, we'll get this done. All right, I have a friend I want to ask to come up and help me. His name is Arav Agarwal, class of 2031. Arav happens to be the youngest young man in our kindergarten, and so he gets the honor of ringing the academy bell and formally beginning, I know you feel like the school year began a while ago, but formally beginning the 2018-19 school year. So this bell is called the Academy Bell, and it was used by John McVicker to signal the beginning and the end of the school day, and we use it for very special occasions. We use it here, we use it at the beginning faculty meeting and the closing faculty meeting, and we also use it at upper school commencement. So Arav, come on over here to this chair on the other side. Thank you all very much. Primary school,